Hello, YouTubers. This is Norm Wicks. I've had a YouTube station for many, many years, and some of the older folks know this to be true, that I've taken lots and lots of videos of police. And the reason why is because they do things to people like they've done to me and my son. Because we recorded them, they purposely and maliciously targeted us to accuse us of whatever, just to get a case started so they could commandeer my 1991 Cutlass Oldsmobile Supreme, a nice red car with a nice new black top on it. Convertible, nice car, sports car. Anyways, they wanted to steal the car and everything in it, okay? And so basically they just claimed that we did something and then went to a judge, Sincero or whatever her name is, and got a what appears to be a warrant that is so broad. I can't believe she wrote a warrant with such broad casting of taking everything we owned away from us. The car, I don't know what the car had to do with anything, my car, or any of my property. And the claim was so outrageous, so stupid, I can't believe they actually thought that what they do is they, someone who appears to be not able to fight back, okay? They just strip you of all the last vestiges of your property and your vehicle to put you out on the street and make you a target for the police and for society in general. And that's what they're doing to me right now. The city of Portland, Oregon has lots of housing available, and they have $100 million, and all the lies they've been telling the citizens about the $100 million, and they've all appeared in the newspaper, every one of them. I can point out to them, okay, the $10,000 they're paying someone to get all the names of all the homeless people, that never happened, okay. Then by the end of June, they were supposed to have the names of all the homeless people and start working on getting them towards housing. And I've actually talked to a couple of ladies they put into housing and paid their rent for an entire year, okay? And because I am so ill, basically, 78, and got a lot of disability thing going on here, I have no hands, no legs, no feet. I mean, I have them, but they don't work. And I have other problems too, besides the hot and cold thing that comes with nerve disorders and so forth and so on. I'm pretty helpless, actually. And it kind of pains me so that these people in Portland, Oregon, the mayor, Mayor Wheeler, and his crew, just don't care about anybody except their image. And the people living on the streets, they do drugs, a lot of them, majority of them. But there are some, like myself and my son, who do not do drugs and are not drunks. And we don't go around doing crime or anything, but they'd like to believe we do, because they made us homeless to begin with, right out on the street, okay? And that was against the law to do that. But they don't care about the law anymore. All they care about is maintaining their corrupt, immoral positions in society. And all the immigrants that come to this city, they all get housed magically. They're all housed, every one of them, and they've brought in hundreds and hundreds of them because they're working everywhere that you look. All the immigrants, you can tell. You can just tell. All all the immigrant, like there's construction sites over here in Northwest Portland. All the employees on them construction sites are all South American, Mexican, or Guatemalan, or whatever. And they're probably working for the minimum amount of money. They probably don't have a union, most likely. I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to keep you updated on what's going on. Now, we do have an attorney who is taking our case into federal court against the city. The attorney also filed in state court to sue the city in state court as well, sent them notice of an impending lawsuit as required by law. These people have been so egregious to me and my son, so outrageously egregious, I say, that it's just unbelievable how they treat an old man. I mean, I'm sleeping on the ground with myself, as ill as I am. And recently, you see the video where some guy attacked us both, kicked me in my testicles and bent me over and kicked me again. And then there's my son. He pushed my son backwards over his bed, made him fall backwards. And my son was really upset about that. But he was more upset that the guy kicked me for no reason at all. I hadn't done anything to anybody, but I guess when you're homeless and there's a lot of hateful people around, and you know, these are liberal people doing this. These are not conservative people doing this. And I'm not a politician. I don't play in politics. I don't support. I'm independent, so I don't have any candidate that I support. In any event, this hateful way that they're treating me is indicative of what they do to people who dare, especially in a liberal city, who dare videotape the police. Even though there was this whole summer of rioting against the police and everything, okay? Now it seems like they're all palsy-walsy, everybody. They all disappeared into the woodwork all of a sudden, okay? But I guarantee you they will be back. And they might do some of the same antics they did before. And that's okay, calling attention to the police and their inability to be accountable for their actions. And the reason why they're not accountable is because the higher-ups, the people who are supposed to be the watchdogs, you know, they call themselves the auditors, the police auditors. They're a bunch of bullshit. You people fall for this every single time in Portland, Oregon. They fool you every time. They get a new name and say, here, this is for police accountability. This is a whole new process. This is a whole new bunch of people. A new name, you know, new transparency, blah, 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 wah, 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 wah. That's all it is. They're hypocrites. And they're hypocrites because of what they're doing to me and people like me. Okay, the elderly and the disabled. Okay, they don't care not one iota about any citizens, honestly, except the ones that support them, whoever they are. I don't know who they are. I don't support anybody. Okay, we don't support anybody. So we don't get involved. We don't mess up in there. Okay, we don't want to get mixed up in it. Okay, so, you know, here's the thing, folks. If you believe in an America that is free, and an America that takes care of its people, if you believe in those things, somehow you're evil. I don't know how this is going on. It's just confusing to me that you could be called evil if you support your country or your politicians that you support. And what they've done here is they've indoctrinated a lot of people in college, and coming out of college, now they are these people who are doing all these weird, crazy things that are turning our normal lives upside down. And it's not the ordinary, the hippie generation, how they went through their thing, Kent State and all that, right? Okay. And then there was later on a whole nother group, the skinheads and a whole, just group after group after group of stuff going on. And it was all designed to disrupt normal society. Every bit of it. I remember like 40 years ago when they came out with the agenda, and everybody knows what the agenda was. They were talking about, we're going to be in your schools, we're going to be in your churches, we're going to be everywhere until we get our way. People like Nambula, okay? I'm not a politician. I'm not even a holy man, okay? But I know evil when I smell it. And when they talk about having sex with children, that's where I draw the line. Because I am a victim of that shit when I was a youngster in Catholic school. So I know what it does to children. I know how the children turn out. They turn out like me. I don't trust society. I don't trust people in authority. I am suspicious of everything and everybody and anything that moves, especially in the night. Okay? Yeah, I'm fearful. But I'm brave and strong, too. And that's how I can be 78 years old and still be carrying on. Because I have the will to. No matter what my circumstances are, I have the will to carry on, and I will carry on until the man upstairs there, whoever he is, or whatever shape or form he takes, until that person says so, whoever that person is. I don't believe in the norms. I don't believe the crap they want you to believe, okay? Because all it does is chain you up. You may as well be in chains, okay, to be stuck to a religion, any kind of religion. No, 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 no. Those are chains that you're bound with, that society has put on you through its leaders, okay? They use all the leaders to bind us in chains. And just because you don't see the chains, that don't mean they're not there, okay? So folks, when you go to bed at night and lay your head down to go to sleep, remember this old guy right here, remember what I'm sleeping on tonight, okay? And thank God, the Creator God, not the bullshit God. There's gods everywhere. Everybody's got a God. God here, God there, God everywhere. Every time you turn a corner, a new God from a new organization or a new civilization or whatever the hell. There ain't no gods down here on this earth. There never was and there never will be. Anyways, that's me. That's what I believe. I believe in a creator. That's it. And I believe in the universal. If you deserve it, the universe will serve it. Anyways, even though I'm homeless with my son, a lot of people help us. That's how we got this nice Chrysler PT Cruiser. People like us. People know we have trouble, know we have problems. They like us. They give us hundreds of dollars sometimes, $100 bills, and food, clothing, things like that. So that's who I think. I think the people, I think whoever it is that motivates them to do the work that they do, the good work that they do. And they're not motivated by humanity, they're motivated by a higher authority. And even if that higher authority is just in their head, it doesn't matter. Because we're all connected like a bunch of computers, like a network of computers. We're all connected. Every one of us is connected. And it don't matter where you're at, who you are, we're connected. Because we have thinking, reasoning, articulating brains in our head that allow us to communicate with each other over distances and give us the ability to perform marvels in science and industry. It's not just by happenstance that all this happened. There is a higher authority. And I don't think this higher authority appreciates us worshiping way too many gods. Anyway, YouTube,